talk about some news and notes in wrestling. Over the weekend, we saw a big return from an AEW Day One of the bigger lady stars that they've had over there. Britt Baker is back in AEW. And I think she got a huge response, and people have been ready for her return. She's been out for like almost a year, but man, she was always at the top of the card on the lady side of things when she was here.
Right.
Now she's maybe on a collision course with the former Sasha Banks, the now Mercedes Moné. How excited were you to see Britt Baker back?
I was happy. And it got a great pop. The thing about these returns, Britt got a great ovation. The fans embraced her. They were glad to see her. They're glad that she's back. All the boxes were checked, quite frankly. And I talked to her a while. We got back to the hotel there at the Marriott, as we mentioned, and she and I had a little brief chat. I told her how happy I was to see her. The baddest bitch on the block. And it'll be interesting to see how she pairs up skill set wise with Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné needs a strong opponent, and hopefully Britt's going to fill that void. And I look forward to seeing them work. Uh, it's still going to take some time for me to get over the fact that we had Britt and Thunder Rosa, and I thought they had great chemistry. It worked out really well. So I'm anxious to see where this goes, and hopefully they'll have chemistry in the ring. That's where it really counts. And so it was good. I had again a nice chat with her. I got to talk to so many nice people. They were glad to see me, and I was glad to see them. So that's one of the great things about our wrestling business. It's a brotherhood or a sisterhood, whatever you want to say, and it worked out really good. So I'm glad she's back. She helps us. She helps the AEW, and I'm again got plenty of time for Britt Baker. She's a star. Her match with Thunder Rosa back in the day was something that was very eye opening and important to the success of the company. Britt comes back after being gone, as she mentioned, a year or approximately, and she just looked like she had missed had missed a date. I know this; she's in better condition. Not that she wasn't always in great condition, but she's worked very diligently to get herself back ready to go, mentally and physically. So I'm a Britt Baker fan, and she'll help us in the long haul. Tony Khan's done a nice job of rebuilding, retooling, whatever term you want to go to or utilize with all the women. All of a sudden, you look around and the women's division of AEW is pretty damn strong.
I would totally agree. We've got a lot of really talented ladies on that side of things, and we've got some fun questions that are coming in now. Here's one from Kid Chris who says, "Who would you consider to be a locker room leader in AEW right now? Also, has there been a wrestler's court in AEW yet? Have you heard of a wrestler's court? That feels like a term we don't even hear about anymore."
I have not heard of any wrestler courts. It's an old tradition, quite honestly. I think the locker room leader, at least for my money, Connie, is uh, Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of the rock, not Dwayne Johnson, but he's kind of the solid.
Foundation.
Yeah, he's a solid piece, and it does a great job there, leading. And I know he dressed in the announcer's dressing room over the weekend, and it's amazing how many talents rely on Daniel for advice and counsel, motivation, and he's always got time. And always got time. I know he was getting a MRI this week on his neck, uh, and hopefully that MRI came out okay. He's kind of put together. He's kind of reassembled himself physically, But he's I think he's the locker room leader, and just does a great job in that role. I'm all for him. He's got a great future in wrestling, even though this is, as he says, his last year, and I believe him. I don't know when his last match is going to be. Is it going to be in Wembley or later? I don't know. He hasn't said. I do know that he's got concerns about his health, and so he'll be fine in that respect. But he's a hell of a hand, boy. I sit in the locker room next to him, listen to him go over his match. He's very logical, very smart, and I just I think the world of him. He's mature, he's objective, and he's just a hell of a guy, hell of a guy. And I'm glad we have him on our team. Whether he wrestles for another year or 6 months or whatever it may be, I do believe that he's sincere when he says, this is it for me. I'm going to work the schedule and call it a day. He's really good. He's really good. A good kid, good guy, good family man. There's nobody in our business that I'm aware of that's more objective and constructive than Daniel Bryan. He's just tremendous, tremendous, and you don't realize how valuable he is to the company until you're around him. And he's just he's exactly what you're looking for a leader. He's objective and he's fair. He's always got time for people, and a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys are more interested in helping themselves than they are anything else. And he's not that way. He's very unselfish, and I have great respect for Daniel Bryan, and think he's just he and I were laughing about, I gave him his first booking uh, in the Shawn Michaels school down in San Antonio, and I'm proud of that. We got lucky again with another guy. He's just tremendous. So, uh, but that was the kind of a bonus to my weekend, is sharing a locker room with him and several other guys too. I mean, several other guys there as well. Uh, and I just I can't tell you how valuable he is. He's really valuable.